Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sylvia Ningrum, NIM 182529591. Now we're gonna learn about how to teach language to fulfill the midterm test, micro-teaching. Approach in the teaching and learning process. We are familiar with the term approach, method, and learning technique with the notions of method being the theoretical basic for a method. Assumptions about language vary, including assumptions that consider language as a habit. Some consider language as a communication system that is basically spoken, and some consider language as a set of rules, norms, and rules. Various approaches in language learning: objective approach and structural approach, then follow approaches that are considered more in line with the nature and functions of language, namely the communicative approach. There are three approaches. The first is goal approach. This goal approach is based on the idea that in every teaching and learning activity, what must be considered and determined first is the goal to be achieved. The second is structural approach. The structural approach is one approach in language learning, which is based on the assumption that language is a set of rules, norms, and rules. The third is communicative approach. In the previous sections, it was stated that view on language and language learning are always changing in line with the development of people's mindset. Next is method. The language learning method is a language learning plan, which includes the selections, determinations, and systematic preparations of the material to be taught, as well as the possibility of processing remedies and how to develop them. There is a grammar or translation method, reading method, audiolingual method, receptive or productive method, direct method, communicative method, integrative method, thematic method, quantum method, constructivist method, participatory method, contextual method. After that is technique. The learning technique is the teacher's way of delivering teaching materials that have been prepared in the method, based on the approach adopted. The first is listening learning techniques, and then speaking learning techniques, and reading learning techniques, and the last is writing learning techniques. Next is language learning models. In language learning, it is based on the idea that aspects of language are always used in an integrated manner, never used separately, aspect by aspect. The first is listening and talking, listening and writing, read and listening, reading and writing, writing and storytelling. Okay, the last is conclusions. The conclusion of the approach in the teaching and learning process, we recognize the term approach, method, and technique of learning with a theoretical basic for a method and various assumptions about language as a habit or an oral communication system. Okay guys, is there any present for me? Thanks for watching.